We have big news out of the House of Representatives as the government shutdown is just hours away. Adelita Grijalva, the congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District, still has not been sworn in because Republicans in Congress, led by Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, and Majority Leader Steve Scalise, they're refusing to swear her in. And if you want to know why, well, it's because they're afraid of a forced Epstein files vote that will come because Adelita Grijalva is the 218th signature on the discharge petition to force the vote. So here's what we know right now, and I need your help to spread the word. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. House Speaker Mike Johnson and Republican leaders are refusing to swear in Adelita Grijalva during a pro forma session. There is currently a pro forma session in the House of Representatives to technically keep it open. Although there are no bills on the floor, there are no votes happening. Technically, members were allowed in the House of Representatives today. And if you saw a picture from the House of Representatives, you would actually see almost every single Democratic chair full, almost every single Republican chair empty. But here's the thing. Mike Johnson is saying, you know what, we're in a pro forma session, but we're not going to swear in Adelita Grijalva, saying that we're going to wait until October 7th, in over a week, to swear her in. And potentially even longer, because if we're in a government shutdown, then Johnson has no impetus to actually swear her in. The delay prevents Grijalva from immediately signing the discharge petition on the Jeffrey Epstein files. Right now, it's at 217 signatures. It needs to get to 218 signatures to bypass leadership and force a vote of the House of Representatives. And it'll get there. It's just a matter of time, whether it happens today or in a week or potentially longer. But it will get there. And the petition is a bipartisan one. Remember, it's led by Congressman Tom Massey from Kentucky and Ro Khanna from California. It has support from all 214 Democrats currently sworn in and 3 Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert, alongside Massey. Democrats blasted the move as partisan obstruction that temporarily denies constituents representations during the shutdown fight. Because let this sink in for a second. Adelita Grijalva not being sworn in is a bigger deal than people realize. Yes, it's going to delay the Epstein files discharge petition, which is what the big headlines will say. But we're about to enter a government shutdown. And what that means for the country and for Arizona's 7th Congressional District is that they're not going to have a member of Congress in office during a potential government shutdown, or even over the next week, whether or not there is a government shutdown, which means key constituent services will not be met, and constituents will not have a member of Congress or its support staff to go to. And it comes as, folks, the country is about to shut down. The government is about to shut down. And well, Mike Johnson doesn't really care. On the Capitol Hill today, he was there for a period of time, and then, well, he left, right? He wasn't there. And Adelita Grijalva made a video outside of the Capitol essentially saying, I'm here, I'm ready to be sworn in, but Speaker Mike Johnson says, no, we're not going to allow anyone to be sworn in. And so, as a result, Adelita Grijalva is not in office. The Epstein files discharge petition stays at 217 for now. We'll get to 218 potentially on October 7th, maybe later. And, well, Arizona's 7th Congressional District still does not have representation in Congress because if you recall, Grijalva's father, actually Raul Grijalva, was the former member of Congress for this district, and he actually passed away tragically earlier this year. And so the district has been without representation for several months now. Before I continue, we need leaders focusing and media focusing on the Epstein files right now. That is an important issue that cannot be clouded by anything else. And as a journalist, that's my primary focus right now. So make sure to subscribe to support or send a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. And very soon, in just a matter of hours, there will be a government shutdown. It looks like it's happening, and it looks like it's happening whether or not Donald Trump, Chuck Schumer, or any Democrat or Republican wants it to. Here's what will happen when there is a government shutdown. And at least right now, the Trump administration is using various government websites to blame the, quote, radical left for the impending shutdown, sending emails that I have in my inbox to federal employees saying that they're going to lose their jobs because of Democrats. And national park staff and advocates are warning that the administration may again keep parks open without adequate staffing, risking environmental destruction, safety crises, and more. And according to the CBO, the Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, 750,000 employees will be furloughed daily if we enter a government shutdown. Here's how it impacts various parts of everyday life. Military and veterans. Active duty military and Guard reserves will be working without pay until the funding is restored. No new orders are issued except for emergencies. 97% of the VA will remain, but regional offices will close. Benefits like cemetery headstones, ground maintenance, and communication lines will be shut down. Air travel. Air traffic controllers will keep working unpaid. FAA will halt any new hiring, training, or in some safety inspections, creating potential long-term backlogs and delays. Social Security. Payments, essentially, will continue, but fewer staff could slow new application and services. HHS. About 32,000 of the 80,000 will be furloughed. Critical services will continue, but grants, contracts, and FOIA processing will freeze, and the NIH will halt new patient admissions unless medically necessary. FDA. New drug and device applications will stop. Non-urgent oversight halts. Cannot monitor new livestock feed ingredients, raising risks for meat, milk, and egg safety. Education. Pell Grants and student loans will keep flowing, but borrowers must keep paying them. But about 95% of the non-aid staff will be furloughed, including new grant making. So there'll be pauses on new grants. In addition, nutritional assistance, SNAP benefits will be covered for about a month, but a longer-term shutdown could risk that. And WIC and other programs will continue only subject to funding availability. And just hours before the fiscal year ended, a federal judge in Rhode Island blocked the Trump administration from diverting about $233 million in FEMA funds away from 8 Democratic states, ensuring that they will have this funding heading into a possible government shutdown. And so, folks, here we are right now. We are on the edge of a government shutdown. We are on the edge of a government shutdown, and at the same time, the House of Representatives under Speaker Mike Johnson will not be swearing in a member of Congress for Arizona's 7th Congressional District. And this all comes after Donald Trump spent the day telling top generals and admirals, the United States military, that he is prepared to go to war against American citizens, saying that the real enemy is not China or Russia or Iran or North Korea. The real enemy is within the United States of America. That is what Donald Trump's message was to members of the military, to top generals, to top admirals. Well, Pete Hegseth's message was, we're going to do away with anything that deals with essentially women. All combat standards, all training standards will be of a man, not of a woman. And if a woman can't reach those, well, then tough luck, according to Hegseth. And women in combat roles may no longer be a thing moving forward. We'll see you soon. Subscribe to support, share, comment, like. Make sure people see this video because it's important in this moment right now. Hey folks, Aaron Parnas here. Thank you so much for watching The Parnas Perspective. Please consider subscribing to support our work as we grow this independent news media entity into something that rivals mainstream every single day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.